Professional wrestling's newest venture, All Elite Wrestling, is already making a mark as its inaugural show, Double or Nothing, doubled up, quickly 7 out, selling out 11,000 plus strong at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas for Saturday, May 25th. What better place to go double or nothing than Vegas? And who better to introduce and help lead this latest professional venture than Cody Runnels Rhodes? Thank you so much, Cody. And anytime I would see you at a show, no matter how big, no matter how small, you show respect to the fans and always dress for success. How important is it wearing a suit in your workplace, and why do you do that?
That's funny that you ask, but it's not the answer that everyone thinks. It's been heavily discussed since I left WWE that it's a perception thing. Oh, I need to change the perception of me. Really what it is the grassroots element of independent wrestling. I always wanted to be able to do business, and that meant dressing to do business. You meet plenty of fans, but you also reach out and meet people who are artists, graphic designers, digital content people. Those are the type of folks who come to independent wrestling events, and that's why I've maintained that, and that's something I did learn from my time in WWE, actually, is I always want to be ready. I don't want to have to put on my business outfits. I always want to be ready to do business from the time I start my day to the time I end my day, and that's why this new position with All Elite Wrestling is like the dream gig for me, because I'm always going, and it's really, really exciting.
Cody, will there be a dress code in AEW?
Great question. I would say absolutely not, because as you've seen the Cowboys that I kind of flank myself with, that being Matt and Nick Jackson and Kenny Omega, they kind of march to their own drum, and then there's Jericho, head to toe in black leather these days. I think there's encouragement. I know that with All In my talent email I sent out, I encouraged everybody not to dress business casual, but to dress with a sense of occasion. That's something that my acting coach of all people told me many years ago. Always have a sense of occasion, and I think these events we're doing, like Double or Nothing in May, have a sense of occasion. There's going to be 12,000 people who paid to see you. You can hit that face with a powder puff, to use a Dusty Rhodes expression, but no, I don't think there'll be a formal dress code.
What did you think when Double or Nothing sold out as quickly as it did?
I play the pessimist in the group, in the square, we call it. Was a triangle, now it's a square, because Kenny, me, Matt, and Nick. I play the pessimist. Nick Jackson was almost to the letter correct on how quickly it would sell out. I just like to think that we're going to be somewhere in the middle. Usually I set my expectations in the middle, and then I plan for what do we do after that, how do we promote. So when it sold out, I was just really proud. It speaks to the movement. It's one thing when we say, hey, this is happening, you can feel it, it's in the air in wrestling, and then it's another thing when you literally see it, and we've been able to see it with All In and with now Double or Nothing, and every adventure we've had, even these fun press events have ended up being bigger than press events. They've been shows without rings, basically, and you can feel it and see it, so I was really proud.
Why is this working now?
I think now is the time. You remember a different era, perhaps, of wrestling when pro wrestling wasn't necessarily defined by a single entity, and I think so many years of there being no competition to that entity, it just built up this fan anxiety over it almost, and that's why they've jumped Elite, Chris Jericho, Britt Baker, Brandy Rhodes, everyone we've brought, the biggest thing they do is they provide real content. They match their sizzle with substance, in-ring, bell-to-bell, in providing a sports-centric wrestling program. So I just think this time it just built up. It built up. The kettle's on the stove,